everyone, Hayate here. Today we're going to do a deck profile on Aqua Premium, which got me to second place in our mini tournament last week. And with that out of the way, let's start this deck profile. To start our list off, let's start with the Great Trees. 3 Naval Gazer Dragon. Skill is when it attacks, if it's the third battle of that turn or more. Counterblast 1. Stand one of your rear guards, and this unit gains plus 10,000 to end of turn. You run this because basically for the XL. But if you go first grade 3, it's a good card too to use for multi-attack. Though your swings will be a little bit low, but it gets the job done. Next up, 4 grade 3 heals. Prevents you from getting rushed because of the format, of course. Multi-attack starting. Also, there's a niche case when you play against the Overlord, drop this -2 crits on the van. Basically, when he attacks you, drop this. -2 crits, his attacks won't be that scary anymore. Next up, 2 Mounties. You run this because we play aggro tempo, and multi-attack, of course. That's why we run it alongside 4 title assaults, which we will be getting into later. Skill is van or rear auto when it attacks. If it's the first battle of that turn, this unit gains +3 until end of turn. Then second skill is auto on rear only once per turn when it attacks. If it's the third battle of that turn or more, counterblast 1 and discard a card from your hand. Stand this unit and it gets -3,000 until end of turn. That's why I only run 2 of this. It minuses you 1 from counterblast and 1 from hand, which we don't like too much. Next, to George. Skill is when it attacks, stand one of your back row rear guards on rear once per turn, and on van act once per turn. Counterblast 1 and soul blast 1. Choose one of your opponent's vanguard. Gets -5,000 to end of turn. So basically like a mini Shirayuki, but on Aqua Force. Last for grade 3s, we run 1 Riptide Dragon. Skill on rear, continuous. This unit can only attack on the 4th battle of that turn or more. And when it attacks, this unit gets +20,000 out of that battle. Basically, you swing with this 32/37/42 if you use XL1. And you do not want to ride this because there's no XL. You would be at a great disadvantage. Next up, grade 2s is we run 3 Terrific Coil Dragon. Skill is on rear. When this unit attacks, if it's the first battle of this turn, Soul Blast 1, stand this unit. Then auto once per turn. When this unit stand for a card's ability, you may have this unit get +5,000 till end of turn. So you can basically use its first skill to activate its second skill, which is nice. Next up, 2 Kelpie Rider Byron. Skill is when it attacks, if it's the 4th battle of that turn or more, this unit gains +15k until end of that battle. Van and rear, so same reason why we run Riptide Dragon, beat stick. Next, 1 Talwar Assault. Vanguard skill, when it attacks, if it's your opponent's Vanguard is grade 2, this unit gets drive +1 to end of that battle. So if you're going second grade 2, ride this. You swing your opponent's van for 2 drives. But you do not want to stall out the grade 2 using this because it's only 8k base. Most grade 1s can beat over this. Also, it's a dead card in the deck if you don't draw it on your grade 2 turn. That's why we run one of it. If you do not want to run one tower assault, you can replace it for a third copy of Byron or a fourth copy of Terrific Coil Jacket. Up to the next grade 2, we run 4 Title Assault, the better version of the Mounties, in my opinion, because it's got no cost, it's a free restand. The only minor setback is the minus 5,000, but which we do not care about, since we gain a lot of power using either Lambros or Alexandros. So skill is once per turn at the end of the battle that this unit attack the Vanguard. If you have an Aqua Force Vanguard, stand this unit and this unit gets minus 5,000 end of turn. Yeah, that's it. You really want to draw this, that's why this is the reason why we run this next card. 2 Saberflow Sailor. GB1 on rear when this unit retire this unit at the end of the battle that this unit attack Vanguard. If it's the fourth battle of that turn or more, you may pay the cost if you draw 2 cards. We obviously like to draw 2 our deck, but not draw too much, or else that might cause us to deck out. Next up is the grade 1s. Baragios. Standard grade 3 searchers. Obviously we need them. Also the continuous skill of the plus 5,000 if you have 4 or more rested rear guards, including itself. So when you swing with the Vanguard, if you have 3 rear guards rested, this unit rests for the boost, so it gains the plus 5,000 immediately after. Also, it's a good attacker on the front row. If your opponent's Vanguard is 13, which is going to be a magical number at 12. So we run 3 Wheel Assault. At the end of the battle, boosted, choose 2 of your rear guards, and you may exchange their positions. So if you have a Baragios in the back row that is standing and this unit boosted something, you may swap that unit for this to basically extend for another attack. And its second skill is when rolled upon, counterblast 1, draw a card and call a card from your hand to rear. Again, you can call this to proc its first skill to search, which is neat. Next is 2TO. Skill is Van or rear when its attack or the attack is boosted hits a Vanguard. If it's the second battle of that turn or more, one of your unit gains plus 8,000 to end of turn. So it's there for the on-hit pressure and yeah, just for the 8,000 on hit. Next card, 3 Light Signals Penguin Soldier. Act skill, rear guard. Rest this unit in one of your units in the same column as this unit gains plus 5,000 then end of turn. Then second skill is when your other unit attacks, if it's the fourth battle of that turn, you may retire this unit and countercharge 1. You run it for the countercharge, of course, and the power boost it provides. You can combo it off with George, which again, when you rested this, gains plus 5,000, you swing with this, you stand this, boosted this, and then attack with a card in the front row, may possibly hit in high numbers, if done so correctly. Next, grade 1, and the final grade 1, Nikki. Need this for Stride Fodder. Can't live without it. For our grade 0s, we run Kelpie Rider Metros, or basically any V starter you want. We just need for the draw 1 and the quick shield. That's all there is to it. For our triggers, we run 4 Emerald Shoe Pascal. Obviously, we want to draw through our deck to get our pieces, such as Diamantes and Untitled Assault. And Of course, additional draw. 2 for other things, and it's a good defense trigger too. Also, it's a PG. You can use it for guarding something you can't guard with normal guards. You run 2 direct strike, brave shooter. The standard GB1 when your vanguard attacks. Put this unit into your soul draw card, and one of your vanguards gain +10. Run bumper shooter, stride fodder, alongside with the Nikki. 1 supersonic sailor, countercharge, but would opt to replace it with another copy of bumper shooter and replace the copy of Nikki for another copy of, let's say, a penguin soldier. Yeah. Next is 3 fronts. The rare front triggers from Overdress. Obviously, since you have 15k heal triggers, so we need to use this for the 20k shield it provides. Also, its front trigger gives your front row a huge boost of 10k only. And for our over trigger, we run Olbaria. Why Olbaria, you ask? It's because the additional effect of giving our unit plus 100 million on top of the 100 million you get from the over trigger effect. So what you can do this when you pull the over trigger, you do banish this and draw card to choose a unit gains plus 100 million. And what you can do is give 100 million to both Tidal Assault or a Tidal Assault and Diamantes. Basically, they swing twice with this for 100 mil. Same for Diamantes too. Next up is our G zone. We run 2 Blue Storm, Steel Dragon, Genball Dragon. Skill is when placed, look at top 7 cards from the top of your deck, call up to 2 cards from among them to rear as rest, and shuffle your deck. When it attacks, Counterblast 1 and turn a card from your G zone face up. For every 2 of your rear guards rested, draw a card, choose one of your opponent's rear guards, and retire it. If you drew 3 or more cards, stand 2 of your rear. The retire effect depends on how many cards you drew. 2. And example, if you have 6, you draw 3. And you have 8, you draw 4. Also gets that restand online, so if you call a Saberflow Sailor as rest from that, you may just standard attacker and possibly go off draw 2 again. Next up is Torrent of Determination, value as revive. It's a good card when you know your opponent has only triggers left in deck or filtered their deck to have triggers on top of your deck. You just slam this down, their power is stuck to 11, they can't do anything about it. Also provides the additional call, which is good too. Next, we run the 1 Blue Swirl Marshall Dragon, Last Twister Dragon. You almost never use this. You only use this for the Gen Bolt flip. And yeah, it's only basically a flip order. Next card is 2 Alexandros. Right there. Skill is wave second or third time at the end of the battle that this unit attack. Counterblast when choose a face down card from your G zone and turn it face up. Choose 2 of your rear guards, stand them, and they gain plus 5,000 till end of turn for each face up card in your G zone. So if you have 8, plus 40, which makes a Tidal Assault, 2 Tidal Assaults or a Tidal Assault in Diamantes a big big swinger, to be exact. Next up, we run 2 Lambros skillless. Choose a face down card named Marine General of Heavenly Silk Lambros from your G zone and turn face up. When this unit attacks Vanguard, if it's the 4th battle of that turn or more, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 2 of your rear guards stand them. Then if your number of face up cards in your G zone is 2 or more, the units that stand by this effect gain plus 10,000 dead of turn. So if you can't Alexandros because you got no counterblast, you can go for Lambros. Also, Lambros is way flexible on his Vanguard skill than Sandro. Example, if you got a terrific coil, you can just swing it first, then swing it again. Then yeah, that's it. Moving on, we run 2 Storm Dominator Commander Tavas. This is the card I'm talking about on the George segment of the video. So what you can do is try this, call this on the back, call this on the front, use its skill, flip face up the Commander Tavas, give this plus 5,000 and can attack the back row. So swing this once, reset it again, you swing it twice, you swing with this for the 3rd time, you stand it again, you attack with this again, 4th time, then attack with this for 5th time. So basically, out of 2 cards, 2 rear guards, you made, and a stride, you made almost 5 attacks in 1 turn, though this can be shut down by Heal Trigger Guardians and other high guard and such. Though this card is safe from Shiroyuki's minus 10,000 front row, since the other George that you have is attacked from the back row. Final card, final stride is Storm Flement Wailing Tavas. Skill is when this unit attacks for each battle that the rear guard attack during this turn, your opponent chooses one of his or her rear guards and retires it. So you swing with your rear guards a lot, you swing with this. Your opponents can basically wipe their board out. And GB2 skill is wave 3rd time or more, count blast 1. When this unit attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, until the end of that battle, this unit gets plus 5,000 for each battle that a rear guard attack during this turn, and your opponent cannot call grade 1s from their hand to grade to Guardian Circle. Yeah, that's a good skill. Next up for G guards, Ice Barrier Dragon, 25k shield for 1st or 4th or more wave. 2 Johannes to give your rear guards resist and boost your generation break for the Alexandros. 2 Galphilia, flip fodder for Johannes. Also, it can counter charge if you need it. And yeah, we run on this deck. We always use XL2, but there will be a time that you will need to use XL1 since you got your resources in your hand already early on the game. And of course, the 1 quick shield. Thank you for watching my video. If you've enjoyed this deck profile, make sure to hit the like and subscribe in our channel. And with that, see you all next time. Bye everyone. Hayate out.